Good morning, afternoon, evening, gamers. I wanted to. I've seen a lot of people talking about this. So let's go to the game screen. I wanted to talk about Palia. So we're gonna watch the video. We'll watch the official beta release trailer first. And then we can, we go on here, and then we can discuss.
Oh.
Now, just to be upfront and clear, I have seen the trailer before. I've already made this video once. Didn't have any sound apparently because I used OBS yesterday. Had sound today. Decided no, I don't want to recognise any of your equipment. So yeah, so for full transparency, I have seen it. I'm not reacting to it for the first time. So just to be, you know. Ha ha! So, Palia. Now, I've known about this game for many years. So I'm trying to think when it was. It's been a lot of years. And Zenith was around about the same time. So when I heard about Zenith, kind of Palia, I sort of heard around the same time. Now, something that hasn't been mentioned, as far as I can tell, in any videos that any YouTube videos by other creators that I've seen, it doesn't mention VR. Now, I'm hoping that VR is still on the table. I believe that I first heard about it, I thought it was going to be along the lines of Zenith and a VR MMO. Now I'm glad that they're going with. I believe that yeah, you can play this on PC, so flat screen, and you will also be able to play it on the Nintendo Switch. And I'm hoping that they've got plans for Xbox brothers and sisters and PlayStation brothers and sisters, because I don't care what you play on, so long as you play. And I believe that there's cross-play as well, so everybody will be able to play together. Now, it's free to play, so if you create yourself an account, There will be the closed beta August 2nd, as it says. On August the 10th, there will be an open beta. So if you've created yourself an account, you should, in theory, depending on how their system holds up and how many people decide that they want to come and check it out, you should be able to go on and play. And have a look around and sort of see what you think. So in terms of risk, there isn't any. I did the. There's also a friendship thing where you can send like invites to your friends, and you can get some goodies. And like if they're goodies, I can share with my friends. I'll do that as well. But I would only do that because it is a free-to-play game. Some of my friends are struggling. I'm struggling a bit, so I wouldn't. So if it was a paid-for game, I wouldn't do it. But there's no risk for my friends, and there's no risk to you to give it a try. Now, it is going to be an MMO, but it's not an MMO such as the Elder Scrolls Online, which I particularly enjoy playing. It's not going to. It won't have. Well, they say there will be some quests with combat, but combat is never going to be the main focus of this game. It's more going to be kind of a mixture of Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley, so those types of games with elements of, Rust, and maybe more the PvE Rust. Elements of Fallout 4 and sort of Minecraft in terms of like building, so you'll be able to build your home. So I believe she's a pretty lady. Where was the housing system? So here, so you'll be given like a plot of land, I believe. So it looked like they were building it together, though. So whether you get your own home or whether you build like a big home and you share it with people, I'm not entirely sure. Not sure how that sort of works. I would have thought it would be your own home. Also, I don't know how that would work, whether it's like ESO, whereby you come out of your house and there's somebody on the doorstep going into their version of your home. So I don't know if it'd be something like that with sort of phasing. I'm not sure. There are a few other videos if you want to check them out as well. So I don't know all of the details. I am on their Discord. There is a Discord channel. I've been on it for a while. I do pop on occasionally and say hello, but most people just tend to ignore me and just carry on conversing with each other, which is absolutely fine. I don't go on there that much. I do try to be social, but I'm not particularly good at it. I really try hard, but so how I will do on this, I'm not entirely sure. I think it will be a struggle. But I think you will be able to play it by yourself. I'm pretty sure, the same as you can most MMOs. But whereas most have like quests, and this probably will have some quests, but I think it's more focused on bringing people together. So how more introverted people like me, or no, I wouldn't say I'm introverted. I would just say that I challenged when it comes to mixing with community. I don't know what I would call it, but I will give it a go. I will try to make friends. I've made friends on Second Life, so it will have elements of that as well. Little bit more fluffy than Second Life. Second Life definitely has some more adult themes to it, whereas this, I think, is sticking more to a kind of PG, moderate sort of feel, which some people may not be into. So, and obviously, fighting is never going to be the main focus of this. I think there will be some sort of conflict, but it's something that I think you would opt into. It's not something you would ever have to do. There will also be relationships in it, which again is not something that you have to do. That, just like most MMOs, you can do what you want to do and don't do what you don't want to do. Nothing's really changed there. You can have friendships as well. I I I really like the look of this lady. Looks like an elf, and as you know, I really do like the idea of elves. So yeah, so there'll be romance or friendship. You know, you could do friendship as well. There's a friendly robot when they were fishing. I don't know whether you can romance a robot. Maybe you can. I'm not one of those people who judges what people are into. You can be into whatever you want to be into, as far as I'm concerned. There seems to be like a Pokemon type thing where you can catch bugs and you can put them like in a, put them in like an aquarium. I noticed in one of the videos as well, somebody was saying about, I don't know, so there's hunting in the game, and they were like, I don't know how I feel about hunting. Okay, so hunting you have a problem with, but taking bugs or fish from their natural environments and sticking them in a box, that's fine. It's like, okay. But I get it. I'm joking. It doesn't matter. It's pixels and it's not necessarily real. So calm down. But I'm. So here's the thing. I've known about it for a while. It seems to have changed directions. I'm hoping it's going to have VR integration because I really need. I've got a Quest 2, and I don't really use it a lot because I've never come across something that I really want to keep jumping into. I bought Zenith. I thought Zenith was going to be maybe better than it was. It's okay. It's not bad, but it's it doesn't make me want to keep jumping back in. Hopefully this might, if it has. I'm hoping it's got VR integration. I think it's, I think it's good. I think it's my friend Jens is sending me a message. So yeah, I'm glad that they've integrated PC, because I think really where VR is struggling a bit at the moment, it's not dead. All the videos that you see, VR is dead, ignore them. It's not dead, but it is definitely struggling. It's stagnating somewhat, just due to choices that people seem to be making about the direction. And I guess they're still trying to figure out which direction VR needs to go in and what it needs to have. But I think this could be something really good for VR. Something you can keep jumping back into. In terms of motion sickness, like, you're not going to be doing lots of fighting or anything. It's going to be more chill. You maybe don't have to have quite as much space, because that's one thing that people don't talk about with VR, is a lot of people don't have a lot of space. So it's all well and good having these games where you can swing your arms about and that, but if you haven't got the space. I tried playing Blade and Sorcery. Love the game, love the idea. Can't play it. I haven't got the space. I just haven't. So something like this that's more chill, and you don't need to be like waving your arms about, like, could be good. And I think Zenith is okay for that as well. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's that Zenith is bad. I just was hoping for better, me personally. But everybody's different. So yeah, so it's free to play. Now, whenever people hear free to play, they're like, uh-oh, okay, so what's the monetization going to be like? And you can't blame people because, let's face it, modern gaming is just a cesspit of wallet gouging tactics. That's the only way I can describe it a lot of the time. They want to gouge your wallet for as much money as possible. And I'm hoping that Palia is going to be different. The developers are saying that they seem to be insinuating that they want to be different. I hope it's true, but if CD Projekt Red taught me anything was with Cyberpunk 2077 is don't believe the hype. Also, Public Enemy taught me that. If you know, you know. It's for the younger people, probably not. But I'm hoping that it's going to be good. I really like Linus Media Group, Linus Sebastian himself and his wife Yvonne, and all the guys at LMG. One of the things I like is Linus he's tried to create a company that has ethics and morals and just tries to be honest. He wants to make a living, of course, and like everybody wants to make a living, everybody needs to make money, everything's going up all of the time. Like, yes, you need to make a living, but surely it's always been my hope that people can do it in an ethical, moral way, which is what he tries to do. He doesn't always get it right, but he has kind of the trust me bro. And it means something. When something goes wrong, he tries to fix it. He's not perfect, and none of us are, but just trying to do better. Like you've got to commend that, and I have to put my proverbial money into those camps, because people, I think a lot of people are so sick and tired of people just lying a lot of the time, just making up complete and utter lies and gouging people's wallets. Like, nobody, I don't think anybody minds buying a product if it's at a good price, it's good quality, and it does what it says. And the company's, honest and trying to, and has some integrity to them and trying to do a good job. And to be fair, not just Linus, some companies do try to do a good job. I'm not saying that there are no companies, but unfortunately the ones we hear about are the ones that have found to be lying, misleading people, and it's because they're always chasing that money. And it seems like sometimes they just don't care about their customers. They don't care about doing right by consumers. And they have quite a lot of anti-consumer laws, a lot of anti-consumer practices, shall we say. I really wish governments would crack down on it and say, look, come on. Making money is fine. Making a profit is fine. But how much before it's unreasonable? And why are you not telling people, things that are true? Like, just have some empathy, have some morals, have like a moral compass, which Linus has always tried to do, and I like that. I look up to that. I think that is something to look up to. Greed and just being disgusting to each other. I can't see that being a good way forward. So Palia, on the surface, seems, they're going to have a cosmetic store because they have to. If it's free to play, they need to make money. But apparently, it's just going to be cosmetic. So it's going to be things, I'm guessing, things like furniture for your house, Um, Outfits, clothing, because, fashion. In Elder Scrolls Online, we love fashion. Like, it's a big thing. And I think it could be in Palia to, have that fashion thing going on and decorate your home. And it's going to be a lot of that. Cooking, growing vegetables, building your home. It's going to be a lot more of that than going off and fighting things. Because I was playing Diablo 4 the other day, and I realized that sometimes I get like this fatigue, like I'm just fighting monsters and I'm fighting, and after a while I'm like, oh, I'm so tired. So to have something to go to in between, to just chill, like, you know what, I just want to do some cooking, hang out with some people, um, that there's romance options, have a picnic with my, you know, just chill. I think I think there's going to be a large audience for that. Is it going to be for everybody? No, but it's free. But it's free to try. You're not going to lose anything if you jump into it and you play it and you decide, this isn't for me. Well, you haven't lost anything. You can go off and do something else. There's so many games to play. So, but I hope that the cosmetic store, that they've said that the cosmetic store isn't going to have that. It's going to be static, so you won't have items on a carousel, so that you don't have that kind of buyer's remorse of you didn't buy something, or you were thinking about it, or you needed to wait until you got paid and then it's gone. It's gone from the store, and then you're like, I've missed it now. And you have that feeling, and it's kind of a predatory tactic that they use in a lot of games, MMOs particularly. Um, so yeah, it's so that they're saying there's not going to be any of that. It'll be a static store. There'll be items for sale, and you can buy them. There might be seasonal stuff. I think from what they're hinting, like maybe Christmas and Halloween and things like that. And obviously, if you're in March, you won't be able to buy things for Christmas until it comes round again. Or you'll just buy them and then get them out at Christmas, put them away, like you do IRL. So I think there might be things like that, but generally they're saying there's going to be none of that. There's going to be no loot boxes. They didn't mention battle passes, but hopefully there's not going to be anything like that. I do wonder if I think the Elder Scrolls Online subscription model, business model, is quite a good one. I mean, putting aside the store and the absolute just ridiculous amount of things that's in that store now, but you don't have to buy them. But the basic idea with Elder Scrolls is that you can play for absolutely nothing, and you can play it and you can enjoy it and it's fine. But if you buy a subscription, they actually give you things that are useful. They give you, the bottomless craft bag, extra experience, um, crowns to buy things from the store, and they actually give you things. The thing I always found with World of Warcraft, which was the first MMO I ever played, and for which I built a computer to play it, and which is where we are now. I fell in love with video games and the idea of story. But so you would pay like £40 for the next expansion, and I think I bought the base game fairly cheap because it was fairly old. Also, Elder Scrolls Online at the moment it's free. You can get the base game for absolutely nothing. So if you like Elder Scrolls Online, or you want to give it a try, you can try it for free. I mean, can't say much better than that. I mean, obviously, it's a tactic to get you into the ecosystem, and then they can start trying to sell you stuff. it's kind of like timeshares, really. But you can try it for free, and if you don't like it, you just stop playing it and delete it from your system. So yeah, they're saying that there's going to be no untoward microtransactions, nothing pay to win. You won't be able to pay to do things faster. So when you walk into somebody's home, everything that's there is what they've earned and made themselves, which I do think is a good thing. To be able to see people achieve things and know that they achieved it and that you can achieve it too, it it does add something. It does add a kind of credence to your game, I think, um, which is something that World of Warcraft had, and then that mount that somebody had grinded for an absolute age to get, and then they put it in the store and somebody could just buy it. It makes that person's hard work worthless, and that makes people very annoyed and disappointed. So yeah, from what they're saying is they want to make a game, and not have anything untoward or scummy in it. And honestly, if they could just do that, just make a game that's that has ethics and morals, has a moral compass, they're honest with people. That they said that if they change something in the store, they want to be honest with people and tell them what they're changing and why. If they can do this, it could be so good. I think people would buy it for that. Or people will buy some cosmetics and that, and will be in the environment and play the game just for that. Because people are so tired of being wallet gouged. Particularly at the moment with high inflation and just your basic necessities like food is costing so much money. Um, People are so tired of it. So if they could just get that right. Now, how that will work long term, I don't know, because if they don't manage to retain enough people in the game or in the world that they're creating, and they don't have enough input, and there aren't enough people sort of buying cosmetics, will they be able to sustain it? And will they then start having to look at other kind of models? But even if they do, hopefully, like with the ESO sort of model, which is actually pretty fair, I would say. Hopefully, they can do something like that and just make it, as reasonable as possible. So I'm very interested to see where this is going. I definitely want to jump into it. I definitely want to try and, make make some friends, try and work on that side of. I don't even know what you'd call it. It's a kind of. I don't know what you'd call it, but yeah, you got all the food and that, and just you can just hang out and clothes and outfits and that. Rock climbing, it looks like, and there was also flying. Which, if it is in VR, not doing that. Flying, even in VR, don't like it. I do not like it. For some insane reason, I bought the rock climbing game for VR. And I thought, it'd be fine. My brain knows that I'm not high up in the air because I have vertigo. Pretty bad. No. Even though my feet know that they're on the floor, my brain's still like, nope, no. So yeah, flying in VR, no. But yeah, there's rock climbing, and if you're absolutely fine with heights, you could do some of that, which I would not be doing. That was one of the things in Zenith. Like one of the quests was that you had to do something similar to this, and it's just like, well, now I can't do that quest because I have vertigo. And whilst And I understand if you're thinking, well, yeah, but you're standing on carpet. What are you on about? I hear you. I understand what you're saying. Tell that to my brain. My brain is like, no. And then my toes are like trying to put themselves back into my foot for some reason. No. Just doesn't like it. And that was one of the problems with Zenith. It was like they hadn't thought about, oh, okay, some people might not actually like this. It's the same with Population One. It has this flying. I don't think you have to do it in that, but I mean, again, you're going to be at a disadvantage. So yeah, but you can do all of that and fishing, of course, and the old robots. I, you can make friends, maybe romance. Not judging. I don't do that. Create and look here. You so it looks like you've got your workbench, and you probably have to like get blueprints maybe out in the world, maybe, and you find a blueprint and then you can like build something. But it looks interesting. It looks fun. And if they can just have a good moral compass, like I think I want that more than I want anything else. Because yeah, Cyberpunk was just I'm still salty about it. In fact, I'm salty about everything, even what they're doing now. The whole idea of, okay, we sold you a game that wasn't finished, it was rushed, it was buggy, the poor people on console got screwed over the most. On PC, it wasn't that bad, but there was the framework there, but the actual, like, meat and potatoes of the game, like, felt not great. The romances were, why did you even bother? Because they weren't that great. There was supposed to be all these things in the game. There wasn't. But there was, because they're in the game, but they just didn't have time to do any of it. And now, they've upped the specifications for the game. I'm ranting, I know, and we're not talking about Palia. I know, I will get back to it. But then they upped the specifications of the game. So if you own the game and were playing it and did kind of like it, well, you kind of had to, and they have improved it, I know. And there are mods that fix things, I know. But, what are they? Bethesda at this point? Bethesda likes modders to just fix their games for them. And again, I love Skyrim. Love Skyrim. But I'm gonna call out these companies on their nonsense. Yeah, and so they've upped the specifications for the game. So if you've got the game and you were playing the game and you kind of liked it and modded it and stuff, but your computer comes under, what the new specs are, yeah, you can't play it anymore. So now you've got a game that wasn't that great, but you bought it anyway, so you figured you might as well play it, and now you can't actually play it because they've upped the specs. And they're bringing out a DLC that they then want to charge you for. I don't get it. And it's things like that have made me very, just very unhappy with modern gaming. And not all games are bad, and not all monetizations are bad. I mean, Elder Scrolls Online is kind of, there's so much of it now, and there are the loot boxes. You know, it's I can see it starting to pivot into the greed, because that's what Bethesda seems to be about. It's just like, we have to just try and be as greedy as possible. I mean, don't forget, you can thank them for a lot of the monetization problems that we have now. Horse armor. Anybody remember that? Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. But anyway, let's get back to Palia. So hopefully Palia is just going to just have a good moral compass, and hopefully they will be able to to make a just enjoyable game. I mean, if they make this base game free, and then they make some DLC and charge you for that, like, I'd be okay with that, because here's the other thing that developers don't seem to understand. If you're honest with people and you make a good game and you're making it free to play, people will buy the cosmetics because they want to give you money. They want to thank you for something beautiful that you've created for them. They actually want to do that. But they will not want to spend when they start feeling like they're being abused. And that's how some games make you feel. Again, not all games. There are some really good games. I tend to now play a lot more indie games. I guess you could sort of say that this is an indie game, really. And to be honest, I much prefer these. I much prefer indie games these days. There's a lot more honesty to them, and they're not trying to gouge you. Whether one day these companies will become the next, Bethesdas and Blizzards, and they will get that to that triple A status. Oh, and Ubisoft. Let's not forget Ubisoft trying to delete people's accounts because they've been inactive for a while. Ugh. Maybe they'll get to that point and then they'll start doing terrible things. I don't know. But I'm hoping not. I mean, surely at some point these developers have got to be learning by now, that people don't like being taken for a ride. Nobody likes to feel like they've been shortchanged. Nobody likes to feel like they've been wronged. Nobody likes that. Just nobody. Like, even Bobby Kotick, if you did something terrible to him, I expect he wouldn't like it. So yeah. I'm really hoping that this game is going to be good. I think it's going to be interesting. I've already done I've set up my free account, so on the 10th I can hopefully jump in and have a run around, to take it all in. I'm hoping that I can do it in VR, because I think this would be great in VR. It would probably really help out the flagging VR scene as well. You could be kind of helping two platforms. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, but I'm trying to keep my optimism lower, because I've kind of learnt my lesson from CD Projekt Red. Don't be hyped for things. Don't be excited for things. And don't take anything that's said at face value, because people lie. And the developers, and I'm not against the developers. I'm really not. But people say things now, and then tomorrow that they're saying, something completely different. So yeah, Singularity 6 is the developer. Yeah, I've fingers crossed for it that it's gonna be great. Hope to see you all there. Yeah, that's what I have to say. And don't take what I say to heart. If you're excited for it, be excited for it. It's just that I was really excited for Cyberpunk, and well, yeah, it kind of taught me a valuable lesson. So yeah, so that's a video. That's Palia. I'm hoping you're gonna give it a try. Free to play, what can go wrong? Hopefully. So I shall see you on the next video. Oh, I better do the end screen because I always forget. See you on the next video, whenever that will be, whatever that will be about, because I only want to make videos about things that I'm interested in. So, yeah. Until then, bye for now. Be safe, be well,